Hey class, hope you're doing great. It is Wednesday afternoon in my world, and just got done reading your dialogue and essays for this first week. Overall, you guys did an outstanding job. Thanks for your hard work, and just to repeat Dr. Ashford's main point is that proper understanding of God, which is what theology is in the first place. It's a right understanding of the nature and character of God and his redemptive purposes in the world. A right understanding of that is then critical to driving missions. First, that God is on mission in the first place, right? He's a God who was not content to allow sinners to remain dead in their trespasses and sins, but rather incarnated his Son to pursue fallen humanity and redeem those who would trust him by faith. So God is a God of mission, and then understanding that redemptive mission centers on the person and work of Jesus. So, in order for our mission to be driven theologically, it must be rooted in God's character. We go because He goes. We must go because He goes. This is an optional add on for the life of the church. And then as we go, what we are doing is declaring the redemption that's offered through Christ. Right understanding of this, communicating how people can be saved, protects us from heresy or gospel distortions. So, those are the main points we were looking for in the essay. You guys overall did really well in your writing this week. Encourage you. That's quite important, both right thinking and then right articulation of that in written form. A couple of points that I'll make there. One, make sure that in your writing style you work to avoid writing like you talk, or writing like you text, or writing like you really communicate in any other medium. Uh, as you notice, even in me talking right now, my sentences tend to be run ons. I bounce around. I perhaps use shorthand phrases to summarize big ideas. You just can't get away with that in writing. Make sure that you're using clear, coherent thoughts, that you're using punctuation appropriately, that you're capitalizing proper nouns. You're doing those kind of things that set apart good collegiate writing. Also, want to encourage you to attempt to format your essays in good essay form. So there's no need to give me to repeat the question. There's no need to break apart your essay and answering questions one, two, or three. Even if I ask a number of sub questions in the broad essay, I want you to write it with a clear introductory paragraph with a thesis. Give me a couple of points that you're trying to make and a clear conclusion. One other thing that's worth mentioning is if you're going to cite an author source, obviously I need to know the author and the page number. That's important that you can point me to the text. It shows me that you're not just writing kind of out of thin air, but you're rooting it in the articles that we're reading. But I also want to discourage you from quoting these authors extensively. So by extensively, I mean 3 or 4 lines. Periodically you may want to point to one clear phrase or idea, or maybe even a sentence. But in a short essay like one page, if you quote an author for 3 or 4 lines, well, man, it eats up. It can easily eat up a third of your essay off the top. So make sure all you need to do is summarize it quickly, point me to the page number, and then I want to read what you think, not a summary of what Dr. Ashford thinks or Piper or any others. They're brilliant, and we're thankful for them, but the purpose of the class is for you to articulate your own thoughts. Finally, let me encourage you that if this is new to you, if you feel a bit clumsy, kind of jokingly, I say to my people a lot, feel like you're back at a middle school dance all over again. You feel awkward, you're queasy, you don't really know how to say the things that you want to. Just know that that's common. When we're talking about God, talking about the deep things of God, His purpose in the world, if this is new to you, particularly to do it in written form, it's going to feel a bit clumsy. So I'm not expecting you to be an expert theologian to write systematic theology textbooks, but I am asking that you take a realistic stab. So if you feel a bit uncomfortable, just know that that's common. Write clearly, do the best you can, and I think you'll find this class full of grace and hopefully encouragement for you. So outstanding job. Look forward to reading more in week 2.